My friends and colleagues are joining us on the broadcast. We had a chance to speak to Sunil Diore. We're going to, over the next 1 hour, also be speaking to some of the members of parliament, including some of the union ministers, to get their perspective before this session actually takes place. We are expecting the Prime Minister to be departing from this venue very shortly. He'll be returning back to enter the Parliament building in about 2 or 3 hours time. Let me quickly get in thoughts from a very poignant ceremony that has just taken place. Sandeep Chandna is with us. Sandeep ji.
Yes, Rishabh ji, what has happened is this, that with this one act of dedicating the Parliament building to the country, our most respected Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi has sealed his place in history. He is proved to be the greatest secular leader the country has ever seen. He has proved to be the greatest Prime Minister the country will ever see or has seen. He has also brought in the golden age of Hinduism. He has become the Hindu Hriday Samrat. He has carrying forward on his broad shoulders the whole country, and I am very happy. Also, I would like to compliment you the way you have covered this event and are covering this event. The whole world is today watching what a man of vision like Mr. Modi can do, and the person at the top matters. What is now also beyond doubt that in 2024 again Mr. Modi will be given 5 glorious years.
We'll, like I said, sir, we'll leave the politics for some other day. That's going to come tomorrow. There's the 9th year anniversary celebrations tomorrow, so there'll be plenty of time for all of that. What you've seen today, ladies and gentlemen, and I know it's been imperfect because certain members of parliament, certain opposition parties decided not to attend, and that's again a conversation for another, maybe later this evening, maybe tomorrow. But what you've seen today is an attempt that has been made to present what India culturally represents. The past from north to south, the dedication ceremony, in fact for the Sengol, has happened entirely in Tamil. There's been some Sanskrit chanting. The Sengol, which of course is a Tamil, as we now well know, we didn't know it 1 week ago, but we all know it, is a ancient Tamil tradition, well known during the Chola dynasty, and that has happened entirely in Tamil. And you're seeing shots a little bit earlier. We're going to pull out the iconic shots of the day of what's happened very, very shortly. But you've seen the entire thing happen in Tamil. The chanting has happened in Tamil. The priests from Tamil Nadu have come down representing the various mutts and sects. Have all come down. There were 15 of them, and 5 of them, of course, presented the Sengol. We are going to make sure that we are going to be staying on the visuals one by one, as you're seeing what happened a little bit earlier. We're going to stay on all the visuals one by one. This what you're seeing on your screens gives you a representation, but let's stay on all the visuals one by one, full frame, so we can see them. It'll be a lot more useful. Okay. Then there's been a 12 faith, Sarv Dharma, 12 faith prayer meeting that has taken place. You had the Baha'is, the Jains, the Sikhs, the Buddhists, Muslims, Christians, Jewish people, all the faiths have been represented. That is pretty, I think, more than symbolic. That's what India actually represents. Now, what happened was that the last time a parliament building, or rather the Chambers of Princes, was inaugurated, we were being told that India is not one. India is 2 countries for sure, probably divided many times over. But the great faith of Jainism, of course, originated in India. Buddhism originated in India. The Hindu faith, the origins go back to mythic, legendary times. Certainly the oldest continuous religion in the world. The first mosque in India was built 1400 years ago in Kerala. So as a representatives, India is the only country on the face of the planet that has never seen anti-Semitism. There have been no attacks on the Jewish community that have been perpetrated by any Indian during any era, unlike all of Europe, where anti-Semitism was akin to routine until very recently. And that's what India represents. Absolutely fascinating. Let me quickly get Shekhar into the Shekhar. I mean, a bit of a tear jerker this morning.
Absolutely. I think, like you said, I think today is a day which also unified India to a large extent. The fact that we could hear different religious sects speaking and invoking God, be it Jainism, be it Buddhism, be it people from different religions. It just goes to show that it's a very symbolic gesture, and the fact that everything is happening on time, as in everything is very pinpoint, very accurate. There's leaving no room for error. I think it's been planned out in such a meticulous manner. I feel this is a blend of both modernism and culture. India's culture is its biggest strength, which we are showcasing to the whole world. This is our soft power, and this is the best way to show it. And I think more than leaving the politics aside, the fact that the Honorable Prime Minister is doing it and leading from the front, showing the world how it's actually done, wins him more admirers, not just in India, but across the world. But I think it also shows everybody else in India that there's a very important day. Today is a very symbolic day for all of us. Everybody right now, I'm sure, is watching this on the television, is trying to listen to this on the social media. It's almost like a Republic Day parade, almost like Independence Day celebrations. I think this day has taken that kind of magnitude. This day today has that intensity because I think I think it's playing a very important role, and I think I don't know. I think it unifies Indians in more ways than one. Everybody comes in together, and this is a symbol of India. This is a pride of India, and we should be really, really proud of this day.
No, I'm glad an effort has been made to represent India as it stands, as it is. We have been told for 100 years and more that we are all divided. Religion was that 1-2 state theory. North and South was the other 2-state theory. So we've had them all throughout. And today you've seen that is actually one country. It's what a fascinating sight, a very emotive sight also. Sumitra Goenka is also with us. So Ujjwal Nikam joining us in just a minute. But before that, Sumitra ji, your first thoughts this morning as the first part of the ceremony, the prayer part has ended.
First of all, I would like to congratulate every Indian who is watching today, wherever they are located in any part of the world. It is a real proud moment for everyone, and we have seen how India has the cultural diversity and how every religion is equal in India. Nobody is, a minority or majority. Everybody is together on today's day. We have seen the cultural amalgamation, that is the Sengal, and how the Sengal got installed amongst the Vedic chants. So rightly Mr. Modi has pointed out that it is the traditional or the cultural values along with the modern India that is coming together. We have seen the multi-faith prayer, which is a fabulous thing, and I'm sure the entire world is watching us today. And the Parliament building itself has been built with several things which are sourced from different parts of India, right from Maharashtra to Rajasthan. Like the stones have come from Rajasthan, certain things have, like the Ashok Chakra has been sourced from Indore, I believe. The bamboo which is used has come from Tripura. These stones have come from Rajasthan. So this is the entire India which is inside the Parliament, and every time you visit inside the Parliament you will see that how different parts of India are represented in the structures itself. So this is not just a visual treat, but it is also something which anybody who visits the Parliament in the days to come, in the years to come, in the probably centuries to come, will see that how the entire India is represented inside the Parliament building. So this is really a very, very proud moment.
Yeah, absolutely fascinating. I can add to that, the carpets have come from UP. 35,000 square feet of carpets which have been done by 158 weavers. Absolutely fascinating, and hopefully we'll get a chance to actually see these things up close, because the devil is in the detail. But once again, I repeat to you, what you've seen, a very poignant ceremony, and I'm glad an effort has been made to actually represent India as it is. You can look at it cynically, many people will, and that's unfortunate. For those of us who can't just soak in the moment. You could have looked at us cynically in 47 also. We're still a poor country, couldn't feed ourselves, we just come out of a famine. So you can look at things cynically. You can have an political issue with Narendra Modi, but you got to just soak in the moment, because at least we are not being told today that you are first, we are going to partition you, okay, because that's what was happening 70 years ago. Second, we are going to take over a building which was actually the Chamber of Princes and the Viceroy's Council. This is an Indian parliament for India, built by Indians, representing Indians, and the two ancient languages, you heard them, Tamil today, and all through the morning you've been hearing all the chanting has happened in Tamil. And then the 12 faiths, I'm glad all the faiths were represented and the puja has been made. And then of course we'll be told a couple of days later that you're 179th on the Religious Freedom Index. Anyway, let me quickly get Ujjwal Nikam. Ujjwal Nikam, good morning. Thank you for joining us, sir, and quick thoughts with you. Let's talk about the parliament itself. This building, how important is it for India?
Indeed, it's a very proud moment for every Indian citizen, because India is one of the largest democratic country in the world, and the Parliament House is not only a Parliament House, but I would say it's a temple of law, order and justice, because laws are being enacted in such a way. And I'm really delighted that now India will have a building even after the period of because the earlier building of the parliament was an old construction, and now we have the big parliament house wherein the Rajya Sabha as well as the Lok Sabha arrangements are being made.
Yeah.
And it's a great pleasure.
Yeah, something special, no doubt, Mr. Nikam. But you know, and what a joy just to be able to be here in the moment and just watching along. Absolutely fascinating. There should be a resonance, Nikamji, not just in this country, but across the globe to what has just happened. You're looking at the largest, and I can now well argue, this is now written in stone, the greatest democracy ever to have graced the face of this planet and the civilization of humanity. The scale of it is iconic. What can we now do, Ujjwalji, and just in your thoughts, that this parliament becomes a symbol of democracy, not only here but across, a beacon for the world?
I think this question you should not ask me, because it's a political answer, and perhaps you kindly drop this question.
Okay. You're finding politics in democracy, sir. I can well understand, but there has been political bickering on this. A lot of issues have happened on this, and sad that we couldn't find a truce.
It is most unfortunate thing that some of the political parties are boycotting this function. I don't understand. If they have a difference of opinion, they can very well raise in the house or in the public. But why they are taking such a drastic action? I see, Prime Minister is a democratically elected Prime Minister. President is appointed by the Council of Ministers, as well as he has been elected, President is being elected, though he is the head of the constitution. But I think Prime Minister is equally important in a democratic pattern. And I think the political party will take a wise decision for not boycotting, because ultimately the image of our country as a whole should remain. And I make an appeal to all the political parties, if they have any difference of opinion, they should forget, and they should come unitedly, and they should attend tomorrow's function.
Well, unfortunately, moment based. But nonetheless, many congratulations to you also, Ujjwal Nikam. We'll be speaking to a lot of people across the course of the day today in the best spirit of having a watch along as we can. Sandeep ji wants to make a quick interjection. Sandeep ji, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, sir. My PCR crew will eventually catch up with your muting and unmuting. You go ahead. Have your thought.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, Rishabhji, the most important thing which I see is this, that Sardar Patel was known as the Iron Man of India. We have Mahatma Gandhi as the father of the nation. But today, Mr. Modi has imbibed the best qualities of Sardar Patel ji and Mahatma Gandhi. He, with his all these acts, especially the new parliament building, has become the new Iron Man of India and also the father figure which all Indians look up to. He is today become proactive, he leads from the front and he walks the talk. What has happened, whatever he says, he completes. Even this new parliament building was completed in record time. And the opposition should hang their heads in shame by not attending this function. What they say, what they mean. They have a problem with Mr. Modi as the Prime Minister. And the country is seeing that what narrow-mindedness the opposition has been displayed by trying to boycott this function. The whole world is giving a standing applause. All Indians are giving a standing applause to our iconic Prime Minister. And I must congratulate you. The way you are covering this program.
Yeah, I'm taking no particular congratulations, sir. Everybody's covering it as they all should. All of us should be. And yes, I think there's a moment, and I think it's very sad. I think it's a crying shame. There is no justification on a technicality for why you would not be there. The only reason you're not there is because you don't want to be sitting with Narendra Modi, and that's not cool. It's simply not okay. You could have waited for another day. One day we could all come together and just done this. People are watching this. This is going to be there forever. I mean, every effort is being made to make it as inclusive a ceremony as possible. So why not be there? Why not just savor the moment? I mean, just members of parliament don't come in. I'm sure they'll just appreciate the better facilities. I've been to the old parliament building. Ladies and gentlemen, North Block, South Block, I mean, they were difficult places to work. Just getting one wire repaired in the buildings was a heck of a hassle. If the other buildings like Shastri Bhavan and all that, my God, they stinking, dirty places, the corridors, stinking, dirty places. I remember I began my career covering the Ministry of External Affairs, and the XP division used to be in Shastri Bhavan. And even where they had the auditorium itself was fine, where they used to have the press conferences, the MEA briefings. But as soon as you stepped out and walked into the corridors of Shastri Bhavan, it was stinking of urine, literally beetle stains everywhere on the walls. It was disgusting. Not a temple of democracy or deserving of that acronym. Okay, let me quickly get Shekhar in. Tathagata Roy is going to be joining us very, very shortly. Shekhar, poignancy of the moment. I mean, have we captured it today, or has this been a politically charged ceremony? I mean, are we going to say, oh my God, Hindu rights, oh God, he lit how he lit the diya, this is a problem, that's a problem, or are we expecting silence today and just appreciating the poignancy?
Rishabhji, on the contrary, it is anything but political. If you look at it, the entire day, how it's gone so far. We started at 7:20 and now it's around almost 9 o'clock. I think the entire 2.5 hours has been all about India's culture, India's tradition, India's symbolism, and everything has been done in such a professional manner. You see that, and we know that with the government, everything is done in a very professional, in a very planned manner. Nothing is left to chance, and just goes to show that. And I think, like I said earlier, I think it's a very, very symbolic day for India, a very important day for India. It's a day which we should all look back with a lot of pride, and I think the whole world is watching us. Not just in India, but across the world. People are looking at us with a lot of awe, admiration, I could say jealousy also, and with a lot of excitement. This is what India has to offer to the world, and this is something which is truly Indian. So leaving all the politics aside, leaving all the opposition aside, I think it's very important for us to rejoice in this. It's very important for us to feel proud of this temple of democracy, which is what we are all about. And I think the larger picture here is the voters, the people, the average Indian who is very enthused and who's very inspired by this. Forget the opposition, right? Because
okay.
I think if they've not done it, I think it's their loss. I think we should look at it from the larger picture that I think we all having a lovely time. And thanks to you for bringing these pictures back to life. I think this also celebrates India's storytelling. India's cultural heritage in a larger manner. And
No,
I think that is
in
the
fact, we
future.
are really bad at it. We need to get a whole lot better. And I can think of a lot of ways we can get a whole lot better. So this is a great start. You know, the British live off pageantry. That's all they've ever had, right? They've got their pageantry, but it's not us. You don't go by the big Indian wedding. Okay, so we think, oh, big Indian wedding, we love pageantry. The pageantry on this has been what? 1 hour, less than an hour. 7:30 the PM got there. By 8:30 you're finished, including the puja, the sengol, the chanting, everything. So it was very quick and very efficient. So, but I think we can do a heck of a lot more symbolism, and symbolism matters. Okay, what gets you? I mean, in the end, the flag is just a symbol. The national emblem is also just a symbol. The constitution is just a symbol. This is just a building. Symbolism matters. So we can do a whole lot more. Sumitra Goenka, when it comes to now understanding how this will be reflected across the world, what does India now represent? Who are we?
Right. So, Rishabh, first of all, I just wanted to comment on the part where you were saying about whether it is showing a Hindu, symbolism, or because the puja is happening. So I just wanted to point out something. So if you recollect, when the recent Vice President of USA got elected, it was mentioned that she has roots in India, and it was related to a coconut breaking ceremony in some temple down south long time back, and it was hailed to be a great way of getting connected to the roots. But when the Rafale got inaugurated by Rajnath Singh ji in France by breaking a coconut, the same thing was taken up in a different manner. So that is the kind of hypocrisy we can again expect in
but we've spent our entire lives, you can say, oh my God, peacock was Mughal symbol, so why do it? Lotus is Hindu symbol, is BJP logo, why are you doing it? You can just do it. Yeah, Lotus was a lotus long before it became a BJP logo. And the peacock is the national bird of India. So, let's everything is something, in the eyes of the beholder. So you can spend all day and all night doing all of these things. And effort is being made, as to present as synchronicity as possible, because that's what India represents. 100 years ago, you would have called these people half-naked fakirs, no? Can you imagine this happening anywhere in the world? Even in ancient cultures, the Roman toga was not a lot different than what we wear. But can you imagine this in London, in Washington, in Paris? Representations of a civilizational culture. People literally wearing dhotis and malas, and they have been chanting all through it, all through the Lok Sabha. You can say 5,000 years, 7,000 years, 8,000 years. I would have wanted to have a telecast from Mohenjo-daro today, but unfortunately, that's on the other side of a British-created border. Okay, we're going to take a very short break. Former Governor of Meghalaya, Tathagata Roy, joining us on the other side. We're also going to open our phone-in lines. Why don't you just join us, and why don't we just share the moment together, which is what it's about. I can try to decode this as much as possible, but in the end, it is what it is. It's on your screens. Why don't you join us? Let's celebrate together. It's one of the moments. So we'll open our phone-in lines on the other side. We'll put a number at the bottom of our screens.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.